What's happening, guys? Harrisette here, and this is going to be a brand new series of Learn to Play, where we're going to just kind of learn to play again, because what I'm planning to do is continue on for the Path to the Pro series that I did in the past. And we are going to update ourselves and bring ourselves up to par now. And the game I am playing at the moment is World of Warcraft, and I think this is a good test to play because everything you do in this game revolves around binding and focusing and knowing to what to look at, and there's so much complicated stuff in this game right now that even I'm a little bit overwhelmed. So we can start this a little bit differently. What I'm going to do in this episode, I'll go over the course of different classes and episodes and try to provide some helpful, useful tips to people that they can pick up and see if they can learn and advance themselves with, if people want to try become a much stronger gamer, especially at this game, because when I left this game a few years ago, it was not nearly as complex as it is now. I mean, now I'm probably sitting at about 70 different binds. 70. And each one of them all have to have macros incorporated into them and other abilities that coordinate together. And you're thinking about that, and you have all of this, and that's mind-blowing shit. Like, this is huge amount of stuff to try to take on, and I've had to redesign everything myself over and over the course of playing this game over the last couple of months, just to try and get a feel for all of the different keys again and what they are going to do and how they are going to affect me in playing such things as arena or battlegrounds or rated battlegrounds, or just general PvP in general. So I'm going to kick off with just some basics, right? For one, I've changed around my F keys. I remember I used to have major cooldowns for F keys. Now they've kind of just become focus keys because it's kind of easy to use. But for one, at the moment, I have this Shadow Dance ability. This is one of my main cooldowns that I use every minute. The reason I have now redesigned around that and not using one as one of my primary goals is because you have to think of spammable keys. And spammable keys generally on your keyboard will be E or F, maybe GT 4, 5, and 3, 4, 5. E or F. You could probably press C, V as well. Anything that generally sits comfortably around your first finger will be classified as a spammable key. And people challenge me to do it while I'm doing this. Nope, sorry. The next thing I'm going to do is just go over some basic focusing and how the thought process needs to be put into binding everything now in this game differently to the way you had it before. So in this scenario, what we have is our regular target and our focus target, and this guy is our focus target here. Now let me just quickly check to make sure that my mouse is enabled, or you're not seeing my mouse right now while I'm recording. This will be a pain in the ass. Yeah, you see, I had it set to hidden, and there you go. Okay, so this is my regular target and this is my focus target. So what I'm going to do is just use a basic cooldown. In this case it's going to be the rogue, but I'm just going to show the power of it. If I have abilities at the moment, now you see I have E, but you don't see Shift E or anything like that anywhere on my bars. That's because it's already incorporated in to the game. So what I'm going to do is end up cheap shotting this one and then cheap shotting that one, and if you look, both the focus target and the regular target were cheap shotted because they both have the thingies. So that's pretty much what you have to start considering now, and you have to think about assigning one of your primary keys, like either Shift, Control, or Alt, primary modification functions, I guess, modifiers they're called, to nearly all of your abilities. You have to be able to think in advance that even though I have a target, I have to be able to touch my focus target without pretty much affecting my target. So like, for example, here I'm going to gouge this guy while I'm still attacking this one. I haven't left this target, and now I'm just going to build combo points, and I'm going to cheap shot this guy or kidney shot him, even though I still never left this target. And it's a kind of one of those things that's going to take time and practice to get into. So for now, what I've done is I've worked around keybinds, and what I've done is I've looked at my primary abilities. And this can go across for nearly every class. So you have like basic attack. This is combo point generated attack, which can also work. But in this case, the primary ones I have that I need to focus is like Q, E, or F, and And that's pretty much it for now, isn't it? And V, I have V. So let's see, Q is a little bit of an awkward one. I probably should redesign that a bit better because it's not a spammable key. But if I shift E or F and V, if you notice all those keys when you hold down shift, it's really easy to access, and every single one of them has the ability to touch my focus target just by hitting that key. And it's going to take a little bit of practice to get into. But I'll stop it there for this episode, and I will that's just a quick explanation of focus and how beneficial it is. So we'll go over cooldowns and things in the next episode, and I'll start looking at different classes and how we can start macroing in different advances, like for example the focus keys going into blind, for example. I have blind, right? So what we have here is focus arena 1 and cast that arena 1 blind. So what that's going to do is when you're in arena, you have a little 3 players to sit up in this corner of the screen here, and I'll show that when I start recording some arena footage. And pretty much you don't have to look at your focus target. You can always prioritize on those 3 which one you want to blind, and it helps. It really helps a lot, and it also sets it to your focus target so you can see the blind duration. But that's a little bit more advanced, and I'll go into that into next episode. Thank you for watching, guys. Of course, leave me a comment if there's anything you want to see. I have a healer, a warrior, a mage, and now a rogue. So I think I'm covering pretty much the main class types. So melee DPS, caster DPS, healer, and well, secondary melee DPS, I suppose. But I had fun with the warrior, so we'll go with that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.